Hello everyone, my name is Anton, and in this video I want to show you a plugin that gives you the experience as if you're in Excel, in an Excel worksheet. And you don't have to actually go about doing the tables like you would in a markdown format. You actually do get the Excel experience. It's not full featured, but let's hop into the plugin and let's see what it does offer. So if we go into the community plugins, we browse, just look for Excel. It's that simple. I already have it installed here. If you don't, you would install it, enable it, and then you can go into the options and do a few configurations. Right now I have it go into a folder that I created specific for this Excel plugin, so it'll drop all the files in this particular folder, and it will also have a prefix. This is default, where it will put Excel as a prefix, and then it has a file name, date and time that it does here. Here's some other settings about the sheet height and also the row height and column height that you can come here and tweak if you need to. Let's go into the actual dashboard here and let's create a new Excel document using the plugin. So this is what it looks like. It does have that Excel feel, right? You have your rows, you have your columns, and then at the top here you have your formatting ribbon or toolbar where you can do a certain number of functions. Now if I come in here and let me start creating some kind of structure into this Excel document here, and let's see what it can actually do. So if I start with, let's say, have a name, and I'll do a couple numbers here. Number 2, have a couple headings because I want to do some calculations. So it does have the ability to do some formulas. The formulas are pretty basic, but let's see how this goes. So item 1, and I will just put a couple numbers in here, say 3 and 2. Keep it basic. And then in the total, if I want to add a formula, we can come in here. We see we can do a sum, average, max, min, if, and, or, and concat functions here. And let's just do a typical add function here. And I'm going to do B2 and C2. We'll go ahead and add those two columns together. And we can see it equals 5 there. And if I change one of these, say to 6, that works. Maybe put that at 5, and we can see that this works. So everything is working as it should. Now let's go ahead and make a few more rows. I can select these here, and if I want, I can go ahead and expand those down, and we can see we get the similar functionality that you would in Excel, where you can select one, hit that little corner, and you can see how the cross arrow shows up there, and then you can pull down and it starts from the number you're at, and then it adds 1 to each of the numbers here. So this works pretty well, and let's go ahead and do this for the formula column also. And when we do it for the formula column, we see that it does not work here, and I know why it doesn't work, and I did this on purpose. Now when we go into the formula, we can see how it has AH3 and AI3. The reason it did not work, because these should be B and C, where I have B2 and C2 here, should have just added a B3 and C3 to each one and added 1 going in order here as I went down in this one column. But it did not work, and it did not work because it is very strict on the capitalization here. So I need it to come in here, make these caps for these column identifiers. And if I do this again, we'll see that it does work this time. So if I go in there, you have B, you have B. So if you're using this, make sure if you're using any of the functions, you'll probably have to be aware that at this point in time, it seems to be a bug where it is strictly enforcing the actual text, where there's caps or not in the function. So let's go ahead with some other formatting here. We have a heading. I can go ahead and I can bold those from the top. You can do italics and other things here. I can change the background color. Let's go ahead and change the text to white there. We can go ahead and center these. Actually, let's go ahead and center everything here. I can select all. I can center those. And maybe I want to do the same formatting here. So let me copy the format there. See if it will paste there. And that works also. If I want to go ahead and make the table have borders, I can come in here and I can do that also. So we can see we have a lot of the different functionality that we can get in Excel. I did see another bug when using this. So like with the filters, if I go ahead with filter and I click filter, it actually filters the column that I'm selected on. So it doesn't give you an option to select which column you want to filter. You have to be on it in order for it to do that particular filter. And if I come up here at top, let me see if I do filter, it does have all of them in here. And then it doesn't look like it's giving me any real options here. So we're looking at this here. I'm not sure if the filter really works, but simply select the actual columns that I want to select. And looks like, let me make sure that that heading is still there. So if I come in and select these here, I do filter, then I come in here and say I want 6 and 8 to be filtered out. I can go ahead and filter those. So that does work as it should. Now if I want to freeze column, let's see if that will work. Let's unfreeze. Let's see. Freeze. Okay. Freeze here. There we go. Alright, so it does work. So freeze does work, and it does go gray when it does it freeze on there. So let me see here. So if that will work going the other way around. And yes, so you can freeze vertically and horizontally. And that is pretty much it. We do have word wrapping. So if I was to just type a bunch of text in there, we can go ahead and format that so that it wraps, and change the column or the row height, and we can see that that works. So there are some basic features in here that will give you that feel, and once you have your Excel formatted the way you want, if you want to export this out, you have some options where you can copy to HTML, you can copy an embed link, you can also export this out to an Excel spreadsheet or file, and then you can even import Excel documents. So let's see how these different export features work here. If I go ahead and I do copy to HTML, let's go ahead and create a new file, and we would just paste that in there, and we can see how the formatting that we get from that there. Let's go ahead and do the embed link. See what that looks like. Alright, let's scroll up, scroll over. So the embed does not seem to be really showing me anything here. So it looks like there may be a bug on the embed, because here we can see that there is data. Maybe let's remove the filters out of there, and I'll select it there. So copy embed, and let's delete that one, put it back again. So for some reason the embed is not showing the actual data that's in the spreadsheet. And now let's go ahead and do an export. And if we export that to the desktop, go ahead and open it. Okay, so everything comes up here. You can see that does export the spreadsheet with all the data, but none of the formatting. You can see here none of that formatting came over. Alright, so that is the basics of this plugin. I think it could be useful in certain scenarios where you want to do something with Excel, and it doesn't have to be entirely complex, and you want to keep that Excel document or information that you're putting in the Excel format in your Obsidian Vault. So this is one plugin that's again can be pretty useful. Check it out, and until the next time, have a nice day.